Hello, everyone, and welcome to Professional Organization by me, Justin Rangel. One of the websites I have chosen to review is called History Matters because it offers a wealth of information. One of my favorites was to explore the digital blackboard. The digital blackboard provides web based access to numerous articles and videos that include a small sample of how to use the material in the classroom, while providing an in depth insight into how the progress was made over time, so that students can get a bigger picture and understand why these events were important to many people at the time, such as games in the 19th century that were used to teach gender roles, woman equality in the 19th century, and utilizing the registers of free blacks for the city of Santon and Augustine County. Another area I would like to highlight is making sense of evidence. Here, they provide effective use of primary sources, where students can explore documents and audio clips from the time to build a stronger understanding of what that time period was like. For example, in the Making Sense section, there's an article called The Talk Show of the Lowell Strike, which highlights the Lowell textile strike during the early industrial age and highlights the struggles that people faced over work routines, gender roles, and the meaning of independence, which is still an issue we deal with today, and getting equal pay and equal treatment across the board. Why I chose History Matters and how it applies to CRT. One of the reasons why I chose History Matters is because when it comes to social issues and important events, it is important to understand the relevance behind it and to understand why the social issues of the past were important and still are important today. By providing understanding and knowledge, we're able to fully grasp and respect those who came before and what they stood for. A great example of this is Sojourner's speech. And as I read here, now I's here taking about the Constitution and the rights of man. I come up and take hold of this Constitution. It looks mighty big, and it feels for my rights, but there isn't any there. Then I say, God, what Constitution? Sojourner's Truth Speech of 1852. By comparing Sojourner's Truth Speech of 1852 to Martin Luther King's speech, which took place in 1962, we're able to see how long African Americans have truly been fighting for their equal rights of equal treatment and still continue to push today for equal treatment, which I feel shows the students how important it is to understand an issue and how deep it goes. For example, Black Lives Matter isn't just a small issue, but one that has been going on for more than 170 years. Another website I explored is Rethinking Schools because Rethinking Schools is a nonprofit publisher and advocacy organization that is dedicated to sustaining and strengthening public education through social justice and teaching educational activism. I enjoyed a number of resources that were available here, such as The Chilling Effects of the So-Called Critical Race Theory. In this book, teachers discuss how they are being banned from discussing sensitive topics in the past to current social issues and how teachers must tiptoe the line due to the broad view of the laws covered based by state to state and has even caused some educators to lose their jobs. So you can see how banning critical race theory is restrictive because students aren't allowed to learn knowledge that is important to understanding social issues such as race. Without the necessary background knowledge, students will not be able to relate nor understand the complexities that these social issues have and the negative impact that they have on society. Another article I thought was interesting was bilingual education because it takes into account of how we can honor our students' native language and culture into our classrooms and schools while also taking into how we can elevate the status of non-dominant languages when there is so much pressure to prioritize English, which is something I feel is an important issue because when a non-native speaker joins the class, they are consistently reminded that they need to speak English and learn English as quickly as possible in order to incorporate themselves better into the classroom setting, which I feel that it takes away from their cultural heritage. Finally, the book is divided into chapters which offers a great amount of knowledge to any teacher or parent that is seeking on how to better assist bilingual learners in the classroom through 6 easy chapters, such as language stories, our bilingual classroom, welcoming home languages, equity at the center, families and communities, and policy and advocacy. Another resource I explored was Rethinking Early Childhood Education. One of the reasons why I have selected this article is because I have a background in early childhood education. And one of the misunderstood concepts is that we need to relate to our students, not force them to bend to our standards. I think this book brings acknowledgement to the students' particular ways of being in the world and how their families, rituals, and rhythms can influence their cultural identities and help us as educators to understand that parents and children can give us a deep insight into different cultures rather than our own. Finally, it also brings to light social issues that could affect families, such as families in low income areas, inadequate healthcare, immobilizing poverty, unstable housing, and food security that can play a big part in family social class, as well as what they can afford and cannot afford, while being respectful to the sensitive issues. Recap of History Matters and Rethinking School Education. I feel that these two websites can work together to help build a solid background of knowledge that helps us to understand the complexities of the issues that we face today and to understand how they are rooted in our culture while trying to raise awareness to promote change for the future through reflection and taking action with the information gained from these two websites to promote a better future for tomorrow. Thank you for everyone who came here to this presentation. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to everyone's questions. Thank you again, and thank you for your time. Also I have included resources here. So if any of you are interested in reading any of the books that I read while going on this journey, you're more than welcome to. So please enjoy the resources. Thank you.